could see Jesus going like, ignoring that he's being called the Messiah, like kind of setting it aside, but not when he gets here. He has to go to a safe location where nobody gives a rip who the Messiah is for the Jews, so he can ask them, who do you say that I am? It's in that safe location the disciples are able to open up. He's able to tell them things he's never told them before. He opens an entire door. Guys, we need to produce similar locations for our kids where they can feel safe to expose their hearts and their struggles. I believe the best place for that is like a dinner table, to be quite honest. Dinner tables at dinner time are one of the greatest places to have some of the craziest, most irritating conversations you can have in your life. Like there, your kids can open up their hearts and say, I don't get it. Why do we think the Bible doesn't lie to us? I feel like when my friend here says there's contradictions all over the place. Wow, what a fun conversation. You know, at our house, it's consistently talked about everything that we can possibly think of. My wife will read a book and she'll bring out a question. My kids will think, hey, here's something, they'll bring it up. And a lot of times, once a week, we're talking about sex at some point because that's what a lot of people are talking about. So much so, my kids will tell you, my parents talk about sex way too much. And you're thinking, the pastor? Yeah, because we want in our house for that to be such a safe conversation. They don't even think twice about it. That they know, mom and dad talk about it all the time. Might as well just tell them what's going on. There's no thing off the table because we're family and we're going to work it through. We're going to talk about it. We're going to challenge each other. If you want a real safe place, like in a car ride or something like that, allow your children to share their heart. Even allow them to call you a hypocrite when you're a hypocrite. If they can point out your hypocrisy and feel safe about doing it, you've created a truly safe place that they can begin a dialogue about their deepest, darkest fears. And it depends on how you are able to handle that when they bring that to your attention. But our goal is to bring a place in which our children can bring these doubts and these struggles truly to the forefront so we can be the first ones in. Because I don't know if we want everybody else to be the first ones in. There are people out there who would love, just kick their sandcastle over. Others who mean well, but they don't realize they're knocking parts down. And so if you're growing in your faith and you understand these things, then you should be engaged. But does that mean you do it all by yourself? No, you do involve people. In fact, at Olive Branch, one of the encouraging things our family ministry tries to do is tell you guys, for each of your kids, there needs to be at least 5 people around them that are mature Christians outside of you as parents. They could be aunts and uncles and grandparents, but it needs to be like, maybe it's a youth leader, maybe it's somebody else, but they're able to go to that person, feel free enough to talk about them. And sometimes a kid will open up to their youth leader before they'll open up to you. And if that youth leader's smart, they'll connect with you, and the 3 of you together will begin to deal with that very deep doubt. And the doubt is something I want you and I to be able to be first in on as parents, grandparents, you name it, however your community is put together, so that you can engage it and be ready. And you need these 5 because they're going to be the ones also listening and hearing. They might find out, there's these influencers out there and maybe online influencers or just friends that they're talking to, and heads up, this is what they're talking, this is what they're saying. I just need you to know so you can be prepared. We need to be prepared with these things, because we need to be the first ones in. But that doesn't mean you just jump in and jump out. That's not like what I'm saying. I'm like, I'm first in. Yeah, okay, goodbye. No, I want you to stick with it. Go in and stay in. Be first in and stay there. Because this is critical. We need to stick with because again, these questions can be frightening. They can be overwhelmingly scary. When you start hearing things like, hey, my friend is like, he says that everybody's a little bit gay. What do you do? I never heard that before. I don't want to say anything bad. And I'm bringing him over for dinner. We're all going to have, whatever. Guys, what can happen oftentimes is the doubts of your children, the struggles of your kids can become your own. And so it's scary. And you want to just be kind of like, yeah, I don't know, good talk. And just, walk away. Don't do that. That's hard. Stay in it. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you enjoy the content that you're seeing, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that church bell there at the bottom so that you can get notified when new content appears, when we have a live service that's going on. And if you like the messages and you want to go further, we have a podcast called The Rabbit Trail, in which we pick up things we didn't discuss in the sermon, or we follow the questions of people wherever those rabbits lead us. And so if you're interested in that, down in the description is a link, and you can join us right there.